you're listening to It Came From the Radio. Who's this? I'm not telling you, but I'm just gonna tell you that I'm munching on a papaya. Can't get much flyer. They call him the king, but you can call me sire. Aha! So I'm in the studio with the funny, super enjoyable, enormously talented and loved filmmaker, director of photography, film director Sean Quincy King. He specializes in feature films, commercials, music videos, short films, documentaries, and he's known for many films, including Like Me Deadly, which I loved. I was a fan, thought it was very cool. Lost Suburbia, a really cool vampire movie, which you can see on Amazon, starring Russ Camarda, called Night for Day. And Russ plays like the most sweet, almost timid, shy vampire ever. So that was very interesting. I was highly entertained. Love that. I'm really entertained by everything Sean does. He's not boring. A lot of people are boring, but I'm not the judge of who's boring and who's not. So whatever. I'm not God. Now, I made a little cameo in his movie Screamwalkers, we're going to talk about, and the copycat mask from the movie by Fun World should be in this Spirit Halloween this Halloween. I say should be because until something is done, I don't say it's happening because I respect my own credibility. That's just how I live.
Very good.
If the movie's not on the screen, it didn't happen. If it even if it's being edited, it didn't happen. He's also known for the Gooligan series, and the list goes on. So Sean Quincy King in the building.
Yo, that no one could live up to that intro, but thanks. And I'm
Oh, we
feeling
could
really
try.
boring now suddenly.
No,
So
no,
thank
you've
you.
never bored me. You've never bored me. No,
I
no.
made it to your
Uh,
show. This is amazing. Thank you. I'm honored.
Finally, right?
Finally.
Finally.
Finally, I'm
So,
here. I've made it.
all right, Jen's back. Enough of Drexel. That was fake lame Drexel. Real Drexel's gonna come
Drexel's
here with the
out.
lamp. Drexel out. All right, so here we go. First question. When
Yeah.
I'm working on a film set, I always think to myself, you go and learn today because there's always something to learn on every single film set, even if it's like how many things you can plug into an outlet or how much rain you need to come down to see the rain on camera or how big the snowflakes have to be to see the snow. There's all these little things and lessons you learn every set. So what's a lesson or a few lessons that you've learned during film production?
I got stories, Jennifer. I got stories about, let's just put it this way. I've been doing this for probably close to 30 years. Uh,
Right.
and probably about 4 or 5 times, if I say we, it's just whoever I was working with at the time or whatever. But myself and other people, I mean, we've had guns pointed at our heads. We've been in scenarios where the cops showed up, news showed up, and it was all due to bad producing on the producer's part.
Oh,
Now, I was a producer on some things that happened on. All right, no one got hurt, but there was a few times where there wasn't proper set protocol, and there wasn't a PA outside of the door where we were handling guns or something like
mhm.
that. And a police showed up, and then things got really out of hand. And then the news shows up. You could probably Google, Long Island, film shoot goes bad or something like that, and it's probably something that I was working on. Uh, but like, yeah, the technical stuff, it's like, yeah, we can talk about that for days, but it's more like the stuff that I like to learn on set is it's like really how to deal with personalities. Um,
Mhm.
because like mostly everybody who gets involved in this stuff has some kind of ego problem, or they're eccentric. And just to kind of understand those personalities is tough, because you're coming into work, you don't know anybody. It's not like you're going to your 9 to 5 office job where you could get vibes quickly and kind of like, you have time to figure people out. No, you don't have
Yep.
time to figure people out on a set. You
Yes.
get there, you have your breakfast burrito and a coffee, and 10 minutes later you're working with strangers. So yeah, that's like the toughest thing, is to figure out people's personalities and who is who, and who not to be a dick to, and who to be nice to, and like that's the most important thing, I think. And that's essentially, yeah, you got to do a good job, but you got to be nice. You got to be, you got to be cordial. You got to be smart. And that's what's going to get you like the call back. That's what's going to
Right.
get you a recommendation is, yeah, this person's cool. Yeah, they know what they're doing, but they're cool on set. They're nice. They're funny,
Mhm.
whatever. You're going to have a good, because you're spending, 12 plus hours with these people,
Right.
day after day after day, if you're lucky and you're working. So you got to be somebody that somebody wants to hang out with for 12 hours a day and
Yeah.
go through all that with. So that's like yeah, all that technical crap is boring, but like that's the fun stuff to figure out.
Right. No, I've thought that about you multiple times because we've been on different sets where you're running the set. I've been on sets with you where you're hired as director of photography and you have to follow someone else's rules. So I've seen you in different environments, social environments. We shot at my house, different environment. And, you're always pleasant. It's nice to be around. And I never feel drained. I always feel like excited about doing this after spending time with you and when spending time with you. And other people maybe will drain me or I'll feel like haunted, like I watched a horror movie and like I need a freaking exorcism after hanging out with them. But that goes a long way. And I've thought many times that, oh, Sean, likely, before I met you, probably got things done because you're nice to be around. And I'm sure in your new state, you're going to do well because people will say, wow, I like this guy. I want to see him again. Not like, I hope I never hear from him again. It doesn't matter how
Oh,
good you
there,
are.
yeah, there's people who say that too. Definitely. Yeah.
You hope they never hear from you
Oh
again.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, totally.
Really? I'd love to know the story behind that.
It's
I
their
feel like
problem.
I gotta say
It's
though,
their
like
problem.
not to toot my own horn, but I'm sorry. Everyone that I have a problem with, they have a very long list of people that are problems with. Like if
Yeah.
you ever hear me complain about someone, I'm guaranteeing you there's probably 100 other people, or maybe they're on the cover of a news story for being a monster. So they're
Yes. No.
so I same with you, I feel like.
Yeah. Look, I would say that we're both pretty good judges of character. So like, yeah, it's their problem. It's if somebody's got a problem, they're going to be a problem to anybody.
Yeah.
Even if you're a fucking ain't. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Can we cut that out? Sorry, Jen.
Yeah. We
All right.
got editors. Don't worry
All
about
right.
it.
Okay. Good.
We'll make the
So,
editor earn his money.
all right. Yeah. So whoever has a problem with you, they're probably going to have a problem with anybody else on set. So like the fun
Yeah.
thing to do then is just to like sit back and watch that unfold, and hopefully
Oh
not be a
yeah.
problem. No, don't be a part of it. But
Right.
yeah, but
Yeah. Yeah.
even like we were in your house and
Mhm.
we were shooting in your house, and I see the couch behind you. Like we
Yep.
had to move that couch, because we
Uh-huh.
needed the space in that living room area right
Hmm.
there. So
Hmm.
like a normal person would be like, "Oh my god, like what are you doing? You're just like, you're turning my life upside down." But
Right.
you understand like what it takes to
Yeah.
do it. So
Oh.
like
Oh
I've been
yeah.
in scenarios where we're in somebody's house and they're losing their minds. They're not
Uh-huh. Me too.
expecting what we're doing, because these are micro budget movies, low budget movies that we're doing. And yeah, and a lot of the times it's like a friend or a family member, and you're going into their place, and you're just like, yeah, you're just creating the most chaos possible, and they don't understand what the hell's going on. And that I get. Like, if somebody has a
Yeah.
problem with that, it's like, yeah, I get that. Like, someone who's new to the game and doesn't expect that kind of thing to happen, it could be crazy stressful. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, we're gonna Glenn McBride, we were gonna shoot in a hotel. So here's a little cautionary tale. I knew this because
I heard a
I've
little
had
bit about this. I heard a
yeah,
little
I've
bit.
had
Poor
this
Glenn.
I've been shut down at the Caesars. I drove all the way to Atlantic City a couple years ago. Not my film. I was hired for makeup and a lot of money involved. And when they were carrying all the sandbags in, Caesar's Hotel shut it down because they didn't have a permit. And the guy was young and he was practically crying. And he ended up paying everyone a half a day. So thousands and thousands of dollars were lost. And I
Yeah.
said to him in front of the whole film site, I said, I know this is, really intense for you, but do you think you'll ever forget this? And he's like, no. And I said, well, great. You're 29. It's probably 40 or 39. You're never going to do this again. So
Yeah.
it's a very
Right. Yeah.
it's a very good list. But yeah, with Glenn, we had three different hotels that all caused us problems, and we even confirmed, we did what Glenn did, what we should have done. So guess what? We're gonna shoot my house, and we're gonna turn my house into a brothel. So that's news.
Okay. Yeah. All right, yeah,
I'm good.
that's another great way to learn, is to make those dumb mistakes. Not that Glenn and y'all made a mistake, but it's like, yeah, maybe get that in writing. Talk to everybody at the
In
location.
writing.
Yeah, and make sure whoever's there on the day knows what's
Yep.
going on, because I can't tell you how
Yes.
many times we've showed up at a location and somebody behind the desk was like, "Nobody told me what's happening."
Right.
It's
Yeah,
like,
that's
okay,
why
give me a list of
texting.
who's going to be there that day. I will call them and tell them what's going on. But
Yes.
seriously, those mistakes or those kinds of things make you, those are the kind of things that wake you up at 1:30 in the morning,
Yep.
or just, make all the phone calls the day before, talk to everybody, tell everybody everything so you can
Mhm.
sleep through the night, and do your job
Yes.
in the
Yes.
morning. Yeah, do your proper job in the morning.
Yes. Think like a lawyer.
So,
Think of every single thing that could go wrong and prevent it. Oh, the guy's going
yeah,
to forget. Make sure it's texted. Make sure you have a piece of paper. Make sure you have written. Maybe even record the conversation. I don't know, whatever you can do,
yeah,
because hotels are a pain to shoot with. If I ever, I will avoid shooting hotel, whatever I can do. So let's watch the
yeah,
Screamwalkers.
yeah.
Screamwalkers movie. All right, totally switch gears now. You directed Screamwalkers movie, and according to HorrorSociety.com, Screamwalkers is the 90s shot on video scream parody that you didn't know you needed in your life. So, what's this
Mm-hmm.
movie all about?
Well, I think the reviewer was Mac Brewer on that one, and
Right?
I know Mac from going back. So I asked Mac, I'm like, can I change that quote and say it's the Scream homage that you didn't know you needed? Because it's
Okay.
not a
Okay.
parody movie. Like, people really think that Screamwalkers is like a scary movie parody type of thing, or
Right.
like a Wayans Brothers thing. It's like not that.
Right.
But it
Right.
is very 90s. It's shot on home video, so it feels like a home video, like a home movie. And
Hmm.
yeah, it's a slasher movie. It's a murder mystery, who done it. A masked killer is killing people in a small town, and there's bad cops on the job, and kids keep dying. And as the mystery unfolds, you realize that it's not your average killer. It's something way more supernatural and weird, and it's tied
Right.
to Egyptian mythology. And yeah, there's a mummy. There's a mummy in it. So
Yeah.
there's monsters and mummies, and a lot of dead bodies, and yeah, good looking dead kids. Yeah, it's
You know,
got
I
everything you
mean,
want.
I have the movie. I saw the movie in
You were
theaters.
in the movie, Jennifer. You were
Yes,
in the movie.
I'm in the movie, but the thing is, I couldn't really tell you exactly what happened because the Egyptian, the mythology, I'm gonna have to like watch it again because I really couldn't accurately tell you. And also, full disclosure, maybe part of the reason is why I shot all day out east as an actor. I didn't think I was gonna make it. Rushed to the premiere, which I think you won. Screamwalkers won, I think, best movie at the Long Island Film Expo,
Yeah, one
audience
audience
choice.
award, best movie.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, I got there and I walked in with Frank Sabatella and I took an edible right when I was sitting down. And
yeah,
then,
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know, I offered him one. He said, no, good, say no to drugs. It's not great. But then it started kicking in. Then I was like, oh, this guy's sitting next to me. Like, I'm starting to think, oh, he's judging me, whatever. So maybe I didn't remember all of
What,
it
you were
because
sitting next to Frank, and Frank was judging you?
don't know, I offered him edible. He's like, no. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm a druggie now. And now I don't know. And the end of the movie was so trippy that I didn't even know really what happened. It was so out there. It was so unexpected.
Yeah, yeah. I wrote it with well, I got to mention Bob Heckman. My
Yes.
he kind of helped me, break the story and co-write the story, and then Will Pintarich, who was the real creator of the project, pretty much, because he created the
Mhm.
mask for the masked killer in the movie. So yeah, it was just like, yeah, we were just like, look, this is like a $12,000 home movie. We can do
Right.
whatever the hell we want. We had some amazing contributors from like a fundraising campaign, like a Indiegogo campaign that we had to like deliver for. But
Yes.
we're just like, what do you want to put in this? Hey, let's make a cat creature. Let's make the cops a bunch of idiots. Like, you were a bad cop in the movie. You played a
Oh
cop, and you
yeah.
were a terrible, terrible cop. You're a bad cop, Jennifer. Yeah, and then we were just like, at the end, we wrote Glenn's detective character in later, and then we were
Hmm.
just like, what? Like, there hasn't been a good mummy movie in a while, so like, yeah, we got the Egyptian cat god, Bastet was the kind of spoilers everywhere. But we were just
Right.
like, yeah, like let's just have a friggin' mummy. Like, so there's the mummy in the college, and yeah, it was just like, why not? It was just like a just throwing things at the script, and it was, I don't even know why most of the things are there, just because they're fun. And I think that
It's
like
fun.
there's so many like movies that get made and financed, like millions of dollars are put into
Hmm.
these movies, and they're just like they're really well done, and they have great cast and creators, but a lot of them just aren't fun. Like
Yeah.
they're kind of like I don't know why I don't want to keep I don't want to watch Hereditary like 50 times or something like that, and it's a good movie, but I'm hoping like Screamwalkers, it's 65 minutes,
Hmm.
there's like kills and there's a mystery happening, so I think like you probably want to watch it a couple of times at least, just to yeah, just like you, if you're if you're on an edible and like
I've
you want to make a
only
little bit
seen
more sense of it or something.
Yeah, I've only seen it like one and a third time. So, I'm gonna wait a little bit so it's out of my memory a little more and then
Yeah,
watch it
yeah.
again in a different state of mind?
Yeah, there's really not
So,
much to it. It's a lot of mumbo jumbo. It's a lot of creative
not
stuff,
really.
but it's fun. And what we did was little story about like the mask.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, my friend Wilpin Tarch created the mask and the title of the movie for like one of his haunted attractions, like out
Hmm.
there on Long Island in Farmingville. Yeah, so
Hmm.
he put it as a character in one of his haunted attractions, where you would go down a
Ah,
dark trail in a park, and these characters would jump out at you and scare you. And
yeah.
the Screamwalker was one of those characters. Um, it's extremely derivative and familiar to the Scream movies.
Hmm.
It's not a ghost face. It's
Hmm.
definitely not a ghost face. I'm supposed to say that every time.
Yes.
And so we always knew that the company that makes the Scream mask and owns the Scream, the ghost face mask, we knew that they were also on Long Island. They're a family company, local company on Long Island. So we always had it in the back of our minds, like we're making it. We're not telling them we're making this. We don't think we can get sued because of the mask is very similar to the Scream mask. We don't know though. So when we finished the movie, we went to the office of Fun World, the company that owns Ghostface from Scream,
Yeah.
and we told them what we did, and we showed them the movie, and the fella who named Ghostface, and pretty much he's the guy that he's on the Scream set right now, or the Scary Movie, making sure they use the masks right. His name is R.J. Torbert. Yeah, he's kind of Ghostface's dad. Yeah, he watched the movie. He liked it. He
Yeah.
was just asking a bunch of questions, like he's like, "Where did you get these actors? You only spent like $11,000. Like, how did you do it?" And he's like a Ghostface fan himself. He's written books,
Hmm.
like Ghostface books and stuff, because
Oh,
he has
wow.
the copyright. He can do whatever he kind of wants.
Wow.
So we were like, Will and I were like, well, are we in trouble, or like what's going to happen? Do we have to like, what can we do with this movie? And they were so cool. RJ Torbert was so cool, and everybody at Fun World was so cool. They were like, no, you're not in trouble. Change this little thing in the title of the movie,
Wow.
like the title font, like the treatment of the title, and we'll work with you and put the mask out. Like you said, it was supposed to come out last year, but
Hmm.
somebody's having fun with tariffs, and kind of you know
Ah,
tariffs on, tariffs off, like a light switch. So it was supposed to come out last year.
all right.
So let's hope
Yeah.
it comes out this year, and you'll be able to go
Yeah.
get the Screamwalker's costume, the copycat killer costume, at your favorite Halloween retailer or online. So let's hope that happens.
Super cool,
Yeah.
definitely. And you said it was like a $12,000 budget. See, I was just talking about this. I have a short that isn't public yet. We did like a soft friends and family premiere, but it's only 12 minutes and it was $12,000 for the
Yeah.
short that I saw him. So, budgets, you can do something that's unbelievable for low, high, have a huge budget, super boring.
Look,
Anyway.
that's like the real test. All right. If you think something's going to work, if
Hmm.
you're convinced that your story is good and you can get good actors and a good crew, you know, I've made shorts for 10, 15 grand, and yeah, they look cool, and like the actors are great, and you know, it looks like, you know, it looks high end, it looks professional.
Yeah.
Um, but there's always like the like, oh, you got to hire a crew then, and you got to feed
Hmm.
everybody, and like that takes a long time, and you usually only have like, you know, 2 or 3 days to shoot like a 10-minute movie or something like that. Or you can take the $12,000, get a camcorder that does all the work. You know, you don't have to change
Hmm.
lenses. You don't need a crew working on the camera and moving it here and there,
Right.
and a crew with
Right.
lights everywhere. No, like we had, I made sure it was gonna be streamlined. It was gonna be on a camcorder. We had like three
Mhm.
lights on with batteries on them. You can just move them here and there, and I could do all that work, and then still like focus on being creative
Yes.
and direct the movie and not be just like under duress and stressed the entire time, and you know, like watching the, you know, the clock, the minutes go by and crap. It's not
Yes.
fun. It's just not
No,
fun for
it's not fun.
me.
No, I
Yeah,
no, I didn't go to Goldman Sachs and work there. I got into filmmaking for fun. So I'm
right,
actually
yeah,
very
yeah.
happy that our shoot at the hotel didn't work because then I can't micromanage, take all the time, a hotel's gonna give us 3 to 5 hours. I said, Glenn, let's just turn my freaking house into a brothel and we have to shoot for 3 days instead of one half day.
You see,
Let's sit
yeah,
down, let's
see,
take our time.
yeah,
Take
yeah,
our
see,
time.
like
Have a
that.
good time.
When you're forced to be creative like that, that's where the magic is. All right, when when you have the money and you can throw your money at a problem, you know,
Hmm.
you're not being creative. When that location goes away or you lose that money, damn, now you have to be creative. And how creative
Right,
are you? How are
right.
you going to handle that? Are you going to have a meltdown and quit, or are you going to like spin it into something that could even be better? And who knows,
Yeah.
like this, you know, your place as the location might be way more unique than a boring hotel room, you know?
Oh,
Who knows?
definitely. I want to actually the movie's kind of based on true romance, so I actually want to have kind of coloring that was in the fish tank scene with Drexel. There was like red and different mood lighting, and it's actually gonna probably end up costing more because I'm probably gonna paint some walls red, and I'm probably gonna put some curtains on
Damn.
windows and set design. So it's actually probably gonna cost more, but I like to micromanage and I like to have a space where I can control the temperature, the water, what you're eating, the lights, and
Yeah.
you can't paint walls at a hotel. So I like
Right.
to control. I'm a
Yeah,
control
and you can
freak.
have like your whole like week beforehand just to set it up exactly how you want it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
So
totally.
switching gears now for me, full-time acting, film production, special effects, makeup, prop work, everything movies, film, commercial. It's definitely taken over my life. And we've talked about this many times personally. So let's talk about this here. Now, my life is definitely not balanced. According to normal outside viewers, looking at my scheduling, they'd say this is completely unbalanced. And there's definitely a long list of normal human behaviors like hanging out, going out for lunch. I don't know the last time I did that. Going out for drinks,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
with
what's
you
that?
and I don't
Who
know, a
the
year
hell does
ago.
that? It's
Yeah, late
maniacs who
night
do that.
parties. It's been a while. I mean, the summer is going to be absolutely insane because I'm earning the reward. So I'm making up for it this summer.
Good.
It's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening. Vacations, I don't like vacations. I'm just weird. My dad doesn't either. It's never going to change. But that saves a lot of time. So now I've skipped all of these things, and there's a very long list of other things that I've skipped. It's really been a testament to my discipline, which I realize I have more discipline than I thought. So now back to you to devote so many hours per week or weeks per year or years of your life to creation, you really have to skip out on some activities to make time. You can't do everything. There's 24 hours in a day, and these people say, "Oh, you can do everything." No, you can't. You can't unless you can make the day 300 hours, and you can't. So, what sacrifices have you made to be this productive?
Well, not gonna mention like the relationships that I've had that are just like, you know, smoldering ashes and, you know, behind me, you know, a couple of
I hear
miles
you.
of those.
Yeah,
That takes a toll.
right.
Certainly, like, yeah, if you can't figure out that balance, you're screwed. And I've never been able to figure out the balance.
Hmm.
Um, but it's also like you said, it's like vacations. Like you don't take a vacation. This has to be your vacation. Your film
Yes.
has to be your vacation. Look, you can take $12,000 and you can go to Vegas and that could be gone in a half an hour, right? And
Yes.
and what are you gonna like? What's the story there? is that a good story? Is that a good memory of yours? Or can you have like a banger of like a 3 minute movie or even a 65 minute feature length movie that's, streaming that people are watching out there? It's like,
Hmm.
if it's not a movie, maybe okay, it's a boat. Go buy yourself a boat. Like whatever it is, it's just like our sickness is that I think we're just like we're probably obsessive, compulsive, obsessive about some ideas that we need to just get out to make space for the
Yeah.
next damn thing that's going to enter and you got to get out. Like that's just it. It's a sick personality thing. I've always tried to have like, if I make new friends on a movie and I always consider them friends or family, like
Hmm.
I always try to after the shoot have a cool rap party and like,
Hmm.
have screenings or even just have a party and invite people and just try to continue that relationship to just to say like, look, this isn't all just like, this isn't just a creative thing. But
Right.
even now in my new place, like I have to make friends. I'm 50 years old in
Hmm.
Minnesota and I got to make
Yes.
friends. It's like the worst scenario to make friends. Um, but like my only way in now, my only like social kind of training is like, hey, let me find the filmmakers. Let me find like the
Yeah.
nerds here. So I'm prepping a short film we're going to shoot in probably 2 or 3 weeks here,
Oh, nice.
with a local actor producer here. So that's like, yeah, that's I mean, I've been trained to just just be creative and find the creative people. Because like you said, those are the interesting people. They're not boring. They take
No.
risks. Like they're creative. They're risk takers, and like, and if you're not getting invited to parties or anything,
Hmm.
like make your own party. And in our case, like a film shoot is a party sometimes. So
I mean,
that's yeah.
we did the Victim No More shoot here. You know, you, me, Bob Heckman, Dino, Castelli was here for a little bit, Christina, Klein, Ken. I mean, it was really, really fun because I genuinely, Rob, who thought I had prop potatoes, he thought my potatoes were props because there's so many potatoes. So I
Yeah,
made
yeah.
a whole, I was like, yeah, these are, prop potatoes. I'm gonna put them in the oven. They're real potatoes.
Right, right,
But
right.
I had so much fun with you guys. Honestly, I've done partying. I've partied with, the Crown Prince of Burma. I've partied with diplomats and princes in DC. DC people, you have like princes, and it's a whole different demographic than the Long Island Italian crew. But I did some crazy partying, and I gotta say, I'm sorry, but I've had way more fun. I've had, I don't know, way more fun, but it's the same, maybe the same level of fun with you
Right,
guys
right.
here shooting The Victim No More. And also, this Screamwalkers rap party, that still goes down in my top 500, top 100 most fun. I've had so much fun.
Oh,
So,
I'm in the top 500. The party, the top
yeah,
500.
well, I'm trying to be
Hey, I'll
accurate,
take it.
credibility.
I'll
It might
take
be
it.
the
Hell
top
yeah.
100, but I don't know. I've had a lot of fun
Look,
moments. But the
yeah.
point is, you don't have to go out and drink and spend money. You can
Right,
actually
right.
make
Exactly.
money
Yeah.
and get paid and be productive and
Yeah.
have more fun than ever.
I think it's just like it's like, yeah, we're not average humans. We're not like our brains do not work like that. But like, yeah,
No.
even if I invited you over just for a movie screening or whatever, just
Mhm.
to be like, this is how we are people. This is how we are the human beings. So it's like an attempt to kind of like reconnect to your actual human social aspect of you, and that's like really hard because the more creative you are and the more projects you do, that just that human, that social creature just kind of like it just kind of like goes, it's in the background, and you could completely lose that part of you if you don't make an attempt to be that person, to be that, be a friend or be like come out to the party, whatever, let's get drinks.
Well,
Like we've
I
hung out
gotta
a few
tell you,
times and we didn't mention
yeah,
movies and it was fun, so what the
well,
hell.
maybe not. Well, I mean, at least for me, I say I've gotten maybe more social and even better with people. Like this week,
Right,
I'm booked.
yeah.
I have to get up at almost 4 a.m. 5 days in a row, and I was on a film set with younger people recently, and I might have got someone to quit smoking. We talked about relationships. I tried to help a girl who had just had a crazy breakup and super depressed. So honestly, I've had maybe just as meaningful and productive conversations and real connections on
Yeah,
film
right,
sets
yeah, yeah.
than
Yeah.
at parties. So I don't have to go to party because I've been socializing all
Right, yeah.
day.
Yeah, you were
Oh,
you and I. Yeah, we were on a movie together, and we were just like we just had to go in like a different room and be real quiet. So we were just like whispering conversations for like three
right.
hours, and it was like
Yeah.
therapy. It was great. It was like it was yeah that was yeah totally needed that. I totally needed that conversation. You were there. We were able to
Hmm.
do it, and we were getting
Oh,
paid while
yeah.
doing it. It's like yeah, cool.
Yeah, I mean, listen, everyone's going through things, we're real people. I don't know a single person that doesn't have a problem. And, if you can have a little downtime and, be a support to everyone on set at one moment, it also brings you closer as a team. And
Hmm.
I don't think there's any such thing as personal and work being separate. It's all together,
Yeah,
especially on a film set.
yeah. On a film set, you're like you're thrown in with like a new family each time.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
it could be 12 hours, it could be 3 hours, it could be 30 days, but you're thrown into a new family, and now you got to figure out
Right.
that family.
Yeah,
Even if
yeah.
it's for your own survival, you got to figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, I try to be on functional, efficient families. I'm joining a new film family this Tuesday, and it seems really great. But I've also been in some toxic families, and oh God,
No,
I felt like I needed therapy after.
that's like a regular family too, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
come on. Yeah.
Well, Sean, we are way over time, and I want to take up more of your time, but we gotta go. So, just give us any final thoughts, or if there's anything on your mind.
It's like Jerry Springer's final thoughts.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
damn. Thank you for letting me talk about the filmmaking and screenwalkers and stuffs.
Mm,
And yeah, that's all. Just thank you. I appreciate your
that's
friendship, your
all.
time. Yeah, really
Likewise,
appreciate
we
you, Jen.
appreciate you. And where can
Uh,
people find you? Socials,
you can't
websites?
find me. I'm in Minnesota. You can't find me. That's why I came
There you
here.
go. There you go. There you
I came here
go.
for peace and quiet, and
Oh,
I didn't quite get that here.
no?
As of December 8th or January 9th. Jesus Christ. Yeah, okay. I'm a month
As
late.
of January
As of
9th.
January 9th, 2026, it has not been chill in Minnesota, in Minneapolis.
No. Well,
Um,
I mean, when you're part
I
of
keep
the
looking out the
Leering
window.
Center,
I'm like, oh my God, no.
are you part of the Somalian conspiracy? The
Yeah,
Somalian Leering Center?
that was one group I tried to, hang out with as soon as I got here. And yeah, I didn't quite gel. Yeah.
That's one way to finance your movie. Open a bunch of Leering centers and improperly diagnose people as autistic. That's a really great way to
If the
raise
film
money for
thing
your
doesn't work
movies.
out, then yeah, that's the backup.
There you
No,
go.
but I'm on. You could find Sean Q King, Facebook, Instagram, blah blah blah, all
All
that
right.
crap. Trying to stay off of that stuff right now,
Yes. Good.
but it's not really working out that much. But whatever. Yeah, Sean Q King. You can look up
Dance.
Screamwalkers movie on Facebook, Screamwalkers on Instagram, TikTok, yada yada, that stuff. Yeah.
Speaking of that, TikTok, your time is up, Sean
Oh
Q
damn.
King. And now we're going back to the studio for more. It came from the radio with Mark Torres.